Welcome everyone. Maraming salamat for joining. And before anything else, I would like to thank you for joining this discussion. And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you are viewing this video. Nasang lupalop man kayo ng mundo, magandang umaga, magandang tanghali, magandang gabi. Now, our topic is all about insurance and some of the misconceptions Filipinos have about life insurance. So, my name is Aris Aquino, and today I will be talking to you about these topics. And here's just a few information about me, why I do what I do. So I'm actually your CEO of Financial Wellness. Yan, diba? Ganda ng pangalan natin. And I'm actually an advocate of financial education. I am an insurance advisor by profession. I am also a personal finance speaker, and I'm an events host as well. And of course, I'm also an entrepreneur. I have three businesses on the side. And also, I'm a data privacy and compliance consultant, and also a digital marketing expert. Our goal for today is to educate people on life insurance so that they can differentiate between facts and misconceptions, enabling them to make better decisions. Our topic for today is all about insurance. So very briefly to start off, we will be talking about the basics of insurance and history of insurance here in the Philippines. And then we will move on to our main topic, which is common misconceptions about insurance in the Philippines. And lastly, we will be asking the question, is insurance for you? So I hope you will be able to answer that question once you finish this video. All right, so let's start. All right, so let's first define kung ano nga ba ang life insurance. So life insurance is a contract between a person insured and the insuring company. Now, there's one major benefit to buying life insurance, no? Financial support for your loved ones when you die. Now, as the policyholder, you pay a recurring amount of money, the premium na tinatawag, to an insurance company. And if you die while the policy is active, the insurer pays out a tax-free sum, which is what we call the death benefit. Now, ang tinatawag naman natin na beneficiaries, ito yung mga recipients ng benefit or ng death benefit na makukuha from an insurance. Now, ano nga bang pwedeng gawin ng ating mga beneficiaries sa insurance na makukuha nila or sa insurance coverage na makukuha nila? Actually, walang restrictions kung paano nila gagastusin yung pera. No? And usually, it's for burial or funeral expenses. It could also be used for future education expenses, for investing, because it can go towards your partner's retirement and inheritance also for your children, which is actually a good parang tax shield, ika nga. And also, pambayad utang kapag meron kong naiwan na mga mortgage, business loans, or student loans na tinatawag. Now, there are a number of types of life insurance na merong cash value amount that works also as a savings or investment account. And this is actually a progression of how insurance works. Kasi before, ang iniisip natin, insurance, mangyayari lang yan, may makukuha ka lang kapag namatay. Now, there's actually a cash value or fund value na tinatawag na naka-attach sa insurance, to some insurance products, and usually ginagamit to pwedeng savings or investment account. Kaya yung iba ginagamit ang insurance as a retirement instrument as well. Now, a little history about insurance here in the Philippines. Now, the first insurance in the world is actually the Amicable Society for a Perpetual Assurance Office, which was established in July 25, 1706. Yan ang first insurance company in the whole world. Now, the Philippines naman, it's actually Sun Life Assurance of Canada, which is established here in the country in 1895. And then the first ever purely domestic life insurance company in the country at around 1910 is Insular Life Assurance Company Limited. So our topic for today, it's common misconceptions about insurance here in the Philippines, and we will try to answer each and every one of them. All right? So let's start. So unahin na natin. Ang usually sinasabi ng mga tao, insurance is a waste of money or patapong pera lang yan. Now, life insurance is bought to protect ourselves from the contingency of untimely death na tinatawag. No? And usually, here in the Philippines, mga Filipinos nga sinasabi nila, people are not really keen on buying insurance because yung mga benefits usually hindi na na-enjoy ng owner, and usually ang nag-enjoy lang yung mga beneficiaries na tinatawag, di ba? And also, sabi nga nila, tayo mga Pinoy, hindi tayo masyadong kampante or komportable when we really talk about death because we consider death as a taboo na topic, diba sabi nila. Now, ang main purpose for buying insurance, why it's not a waste of money, because it is also to provide financial security to your dependents. So imagine niyo na lang, in your absence, through life insurance, you will be able to provide for your family, even wala na kayo. Now, also, aside from that, sabi ko nga kanina, insurance is not just about death benefits na tinatawag. There are also living benefits. So even living persons, even if you outlive yung inyong insurance premium or insurance coverage, you will be able to enjoy the benefits of life insurance because they're actually attached cash or fund or investment value which can be used for life milestones na tinatawag. And of course, insurance can also be an instrument para mag-ipon, sinabi ko kanina, and you can also withdraw or loan money from your insurance for emergencies, for personal emergencies. So kung kailangan yung mag-loan or humiram ng pera, insurance is actually pwedeng hiraman kung sakasakaling mangailangan kayo in the future. Right, our next misconception, only breadwinners need life insurance coverage. For us to identify kung kailangan nga ba ng non-breadwinners ang life insurance, we need to assess their current situation and imagine natin kung how their absence would affect their family. Kasi if, say for example, a non-breadwinner would die, not only would that put an emotional strain on your partner, but it also would put him or her in a financial bind. So imagine niyo na lang, no, na emotional ka na at nalulungkot ka na sa pagkawala ng iyong partner. So aside from that, meron ka pang financial na aspetong iisipin kasi paano ang mga bayarin na kung may naiwan ka kung sakasakali, no? Another reason why it is beneficial for non-breadwinners to also be insured is to offer a cushion na tinatawag, which is making it easier to cope with a difficult change or upsetting news, di ba? Payout from life insurance policy can help ease this burden. Ika nga, insurance will help na mapagaan na matanggap na ng isang taong pagkawala ng kanyang mahal, no? Aside from that, tulad nga sinabi ko kanina, money can be used for retirement, medical expenses, legacy, etc. Because again, there are insurance products that have cash benefits na tinatawag. These are endowments, cash value that can be used for living expenses. Yan. Ang next misconception natin, I don't need coverage because I'm single and don't have dependents. And usually sa mga single na tao dyan, hello mga single, alright, na walang dependent, even if you say pass and move on to the next chapter of your life, there are also funeral expenses, medical bills, and mga utang na pwede nyong iwanan. And usually, ito hindi to na-dissolve or hindi na siya sinisingil ng mga institutions. Actually, yung mga utang nyo, kung ano man ang utang nyo, ay pwedeng bayaran pa rin ng inyong mga kamag-anak or mga may iwan. So importante na you have a life insurance that will help pay for these expenses dahil sa inyong pagkawala. And second, yun nga, walang forever and hindi ka naman siguro magiging single forever, which is good news, di ba? So eventually you will find a partner na iyong magiging makakatuluyan sa hirap at sa ginhawa. And also, there are benefits of having life insurance when you are single. Sabi nga nila, habang single ka, assuming habang mas bata ka, mas mura or lower ang insurance premium na tinatawag. And also, future-proofing, ibig sabihin nito, ngayong bata ka pa, na wala ka pang sakit or wala ka pa dinaramdam, when you buy insurance, it's actually a good preparation for your future already. And also, it provides you a peace of mind na in case something happens to you, kahit bata ka pa, because we're not really sure of what's gonna happen, sabi nga nila, di ba? At least meron kang peace of mind na meron kang coverage for yourself and for your family as well. And tulad nga, just like for any other type of people who will be getting insurance, money can be used for retirement, medical expenses, legacy or pamana, and etc. Now, these are just some of the reasons why a single person might need a life insurance. Una-una, meron kang utang or loan sa bangko. Then you also have financial dependents who are not really your biological children. It could be your parents or your brothers and sisters na mas bata pa sa inyo. Or if you're a single person, you also have a business partner na tinatawag, di ba? So meron kayong pagkakautang sa inyong mga business. So pwedeng insurance na pangsagot dyan. And also, you would like to leave a legacy or pamana, pwedeng pamana sa inyong mga kamag-anak or pwede rin sa inyong chosen charity or institution. And also, you would like to cover your end-of-life expenses, be it hospital expenses or your funeral expenses. And of course, sabi nga natin, you can use it for your life milestones, which is para sa sarili mo if you would like to travel and perhaps purchase a huge house or a car for yourself someday. Right? Next, misconception, I am young and healthy, so I don't need life insurance. Ayan, so ang kasagutan lang natin dyan, besh, walang forever din. So you are not young and you are not healthy forever dahil pwedeng-pwede kang magkasakit at of course, tatanda naman lahat ng tao kahit bata pa sila, di ba? Ika nga. And yun nga, you may not be able to purchase life insurance when circumstances change. Unang-una kapag tumanda ka na or kapag nagkasakit ka, medyo mahihirapan ka na. Now you can use your being young and your being healthy to purchase a life insurance for you to be able to secure yourself early on. Now, tulad ng sinabi ko kanina, when you're single and when you're younger, insurance premium are cheaper because insurance premium are actually based on health, age, gender also, and also financial capacity to pay. And just like any other form of insurance, it can be used as an instrument for investment or saving up for your retirement. So pwede mong ma-purchase ang gusto mong ma-purchase for your future or for your someone else. And also, when you're young and healthy, there's also a chance that you will be changing your plans in the next year or coming years or so, di ba? So, importante na habang bata ka at habang healthy ka, you purchase a life insurance na. Now, our next misconception is my term life insurance coverage at work is sufficient. Ayan. Usually, ang mga companies na they provide life insurance for its employees as a form of company benefit na tinatawag, no? But there are actually some limitations to that. Una-una, your employer may not offer enough life insurance. Sabi nga nila, di ba? Since this is just for minsan for compliance or for company benefits na tinatawag, minsan hindi enough yung coverage ng life insurance. So, yung iba usually as I encounter, even when I was working in the corporate world, I still got an insurance, separate insurance for myself kasi nga medyo maliit lang yung life insurance na tinatawag, mga corporate insurance na tinatawag, no? And paano kung halimbawang may pagbabago sa iyong situation sa iyong trabaho, kung halimbawa ma-demote ka or matanggal ka sa trabaho or mawalan ka ng trabaho, di ba? So once na mawala ang iyong trabaho, ang iyong posisyon sa iyong kumpanya, definitely mawawala rin yung benefit mo sa iyong life insurance because ang life insurance or ang group insurance na tinatawag na ino-offer ng mga kumpanya is actually coterminous. So ibig sabihin, you will only be able to benefit or to enjoy the benefit of having life insurance while you are employed in the company. So kung halimbawa wala ka na sa company, wala ka na ring group life insurance na tinatawag. And pangatlo, yun nga, coverage gets tricky if your health declines. And usually kasi hindi lahat covered ng group life insurance na tinatawag. Usually hospitalization and some sickness lang yan. And how about paano yung mga critical illness na tinatawag, yung mga cancer or a heart problem or medyo major sickness or illnesses. Usually itong mga insurance coverage na to, hindi na kino-cover yan ng mga group life insurance na tinatawag. Now, our next misconception, it's better to save money in the bank rather than pay for life insurance. Alam natin na saving money is a good practice, di ba? However, accidents and illnesses can strike anytime and savings may not be enough to cover for unexpected hospital or emergency expenses. Minsan, even if you have a savings account, hindi enough yung mga funds na naipon natin para pagbayad sa ating mga expenses. That's why people also get insurance, especially critical illness insurance to cover for such sudden hospitalization or critical illness na tinatawag. Now, aside from that, banks offer lower interest as well. They offer lower interest returns as compared to some insurance products. So kung ang habol mo is about retirement or investment, definitely some insurance products are actually better performing than bank products. Ito, ang gusto lang natin in take note here and i-remind ng mga tao, it's important that you have both savings account and life insurance. One cannot be a substitute of the other. Hindi pwedeng savings ka lang, then wala kang life insurance, or pwedeng life insurance ka lang, tas wala kang savings. Because guys, ang savings and life insurance are actually used in different ways. Ang savings, this is a setting aside money for emergencies or for purchases like big ticket items, while life insurance naman is for unexpected financial contingencies like yung unforeseen circumstances such as death or critical illness or hospitalization. All right, our next misconception is insurance is expensive or mahal daw ang insurance. Now, alam mo ba na depende sa iyong financial needs and preferences and of course your capacity to pay, you can choose between term and whole life insurance. So yung insurance, there's no one size fits all, wala ring exact value or minimum or maximum value for your life insurance. It all depends on your situation, on your financial needs, on your preferences, and of course your capacity to pay. Now, alalahanin natin na insurance is a commitment. So importante na you will be able to purchase an insurance that you will be able to pay for a long time. Ano nga bang mas murang insurance na tinatawag yan? In general, term life insurance tends to be cheaper than whole life insurance. Now, we just need to differentiate. Term life insurance is actually limited life insurance. Sabi nga nila, it's term. It is actually dependent on a term or a date of period. Usually, just as an example here, ang term insurance ang coverage na usually 60 to 65 years old. And ang isa sa mga features ng term life insurance, it's mura or it's cheap. However, it doesn't have a cash value na pwede mong ma-surrender or pwede mong makakuha in case you plan to surrender your insurance. Okay? Ang whole life insurance naman, mas mahal siya kaysa sa term life insurance. Ang coverage naman to usually around 88 to 100 or usually yung habang buhay ka, and there's usually a cash value or a fund value na naka-attach sa iyong insurance. Ang term life insurance guys, mas mura. However, once na natapos na yung insurance mo by the age of 65, wala kang makukuhang pera. Samantala, ang whole life insurance, some whole life insurance, they provide cash benefits. They also provide investment fund value na tinatawag na pwede mo ring magamit for your retirement and for your life milestones na tinatawag. So yun, definitely insurance is not that expensive. We have term insurance, we have whole life insurance, which is dependent sa inyong capacity to pay. And last but definitely not the least, I should always buy term and invest the difference. So yan, nalaman na natin guys kung ano ang ibig sabihin ng term insurance kanina, no? Ito, maririnig siguro to when you say BTID. Ano ba ang ibig sabihin ng buy term and invest the difference? Now, na-discuss na natin kanina, walang masama sa term insurance. Now, we just need to identify and come into mind or isipin natin kung ano ang mga features and benefits na pwedeng makuha sa term insurance. Now, you can buy term insurance if you think it suits your needs, but just be mindful of its features. So natin kanina, coverage is until 60 to 65 years old, and also wala kang makukuhang cash value unless yun nga, the owner of the insurance passes on. Now, if you plan to invest the difference accordingly, make an informed decision as to which investment to take. Again, BTID, no, it's actually an equation. You buy term insurance, and then kung ano man yung matitira daw, you invest it. Now, make sure na kung ano man yung matitira, is-invest mo talaga at saka alam mo kung saan mo i-invest. Kasi ang problema naman dito na nakikita natin usually sa ating mga financial advisors, when people say they do BTID or buy term invested differences, minsan yung investment is not really informed but hindi pinag-aaralan kung kumbaga kung saan lang natin ini-invest. And oftentimes mga sabi nila, people are unable to actually invest the difference due to a number of reasons. Minsan, yung mga tao, tinatamad na mag-invest kasi kailangan mag-aral, or minsan they invest kaso medyo nalugi. So hindi na lang sila nag-invest. So make sure when you do BTID and when you do buy term and invested difference, make sure na you have coverage for buying term insurance, and of course, you ensure yourself that you invest the difference. Yun nga lang, you have to think ang coverage mo when you do BTID is not really whole life insurance coverage. All right, so I hope by this time you have already learned a thing or two about insurance. And to further help you make that decisions, here are a few more questions. No? Unang-una, things to consider when getting insurance. When you are getting insurance, rather, unang-una, your age. Again, up to a certain age lang, tayo pwedeng kumuha ng insurance. By minsan 65 to 70, may mga products na hindi na ina-allow na kumuha ng insurance. Pangalawa, your health. Minsan, if you have taken, kung nagkaroon ka na ng mga critical illness or major illnesses, minsan hindi na ina-allow ng mga insurance companies na ma-cover ka pa because of the risks involved. And sometimes naman, kung ina-allow, sobrang daming requirements. Merong mga hospital records, may mga doctor's appointment na kailangan mangyari for us to certify kung eligible ka pa ba magkaroon ng insurance due to your health. And pangatlo, your financial capacity. Again, yun nga, hindi lagi tayong may kakayanan na magtrabaho at may ipon or may pera. So, habang meron kang pera at habang nagtrabaho ka, it's actually a good thing to consider getting insurance. So, key 3 points to consider when getting insurance. Unang-una, your age, your health, your financial capacity. Now, kung hindi ka pa rin sure if you need insurance, now try to answer the questions below. Unang-una, does anyone depend on you financially? Kung meron bang nakadepend sa'yo financially na in case mawala ka sa picture, meron bang maapektuhan ng pamumuhay nila in the next 2 to 3 years or 5 years or so? And then, meron ka bang mga utang or mortgages sa bangko or sa kung kanino, hindi naman siguro sa Mumbai, or kung kanino mang mga pautang, meron ka bang mga maiiwanan na utang yan? Now, do you plan to stay single or that would change in the coming years? And do you intend to retire comfortably? Now, if you say yes to one, to any, or even most, especially to all the questions, it's actually a good idea to consider getting an insurance. Yan, kailangan lang natin tandaan, guys, getting insurance is a decision for yourself and your family's future, and there's no one size fits all kind of insurance. Again, it all depends on an individual's circumstances, capacity to pay, preferences, and of course, yung decision nyo and your commitment. And of course, you need to make sure to understand what you're getting into. So talk to a financial advisor that you trust. All right, before I let you go, guys, make sure to check your email to get a link to this video and also a PDF version of the presentation that I just did. And if you have any questions or would like to schedule a one-on-one with me, you can reach out to me via my social media accounts, which are actually posted now on the screen. But you can also click on the link below to schedule now. So 30 to 60 minutes, one-on-one session, where also I discuss the importance of insurance. And it's actually more on a personal approach. So kung ano man ang inyong needs and your preferences, I can also give you tips on cash flow management and provide you a budgeting tool. So that would be for a free one-on-one consultation, guys, just in case you like to have one. All right? So maraming po salamat. My name is Aris Aquino, and I hope you learned something from me today. Thank you, and God bless.